Hey everybody, welcome to wheat production in Ethiopia. What you see right here is the hundreds and hundreds of acres covered by wheat. And this is only one region in Ethiopia, Adama. Enjoy. Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful morning. I'm here with my brother. Let me call him little brother. Zikri, aka The Gift. That's the meaning of his name, by the way. Guys, today we're on our way. I'm going to Adama. Alright? One of the reasons why I came back to Ethiopia, it's because in Swahili Nation One Africa, our first project is about smart farming and greenhouse. Alright, we want to start doing that next year, January. Right? And you know, recently we know that Ethiopia has done really well when it comes to wheat production. To this point, they're not importing any wheat, but basically they're exporting, and they have excessive amount of wheat. You know, guys, because the war that is going on in the Ukraine, they are no longer producing wheat, so the world is in need of wheat so much. And Ethiopia, it kind of like, you know, the leaders and the authority, they saw this like ahead even before things began, so they started to kind of like, you know, increase the production of wheat, you know, serving it. And right now, as I'm saying, there's a huge amount of, you know, wheat in Ethiopia, right? And they can use for as long as they want. So the reason why I came here to actually learn about it, to hear the story, like how did Ethiopia do with the wheat production, why there's excessive amount of wheat right now, and everything, just somebody to take me through all the process. So right now we are going to Adama because we want to go to one of the farms, and we're going to go to meet one of the experts that he will tell us in detail what did they do to be where they are. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. I came here to learn, to understand, because food security is the most important thing for our people. At this age of time, no African is supposed to die because of shortage of food. We need to be exporting food and not importing, but you know, sadly that's what is happening. And how can you trust the food that you import from the outside? So much toxic in the food. All right, and not only that, but it's a shame that Africa, we import food from the outside. And when you import food, what happens is, like, you weakenize your farmers. What do they have to do, the local farmers? You import food, so they don't have any job to do. So basically, we're not really growing the sectors of farming, because that is the backbone of Africa's economy, but we actually cripple them, right? So the best thing to do is to actually come up with the modern ways, the new ways of doing agriculture and supporting our local farmers, our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, so that they may produce a huge amount of product with the lesser effort. So that's our project in Swahili Nation One Africa. We want to give employment to our university students who just graduated from agriculture sectors, agriculture department, so that they may actually put into use with their, you know, knowledge that they get from the class. Not only that, but they will be able to employ the local farmers, because all these projects will be all over Africa. We're starting in Tanzania, of course, the capital city, the headquarters of our organization, but then we're going to go all across different countries in Africa to do the same exact thing. So today, it's a very important day. I'm going to learn. And guys, after this, man, you always got to learn from the best. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to this, I know we're not going to do like wheat production. You never know. We might do that maybe, but you know, we're just going to go to get some skills. I did the same thing to go to South Korea, because South Korea, like 50 years ago, 60 years ago, South Korea and some of African countries, we were at the same level economically. But right now, you cannot compare South Korea with any country in Africa. Why is that? What did they do? So I went to South Korea to start economics, to just find out what's the reason. And I gotta tell you, man, I found out the reason. I know why they're where they are and why we're not where they are. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been curious to learn, to study, to transform, so that I can come back home and actually transform my continent. And you guys are part of that, and you will get to learn today, because your boy, I'm here, of course, with the gift himself, and you guys will get to understand. All right, I'll see you soon. Come with me in this journey. Guys, we are here, as I promised you, that I'll be coming here, man, to learn, you know, from Ethiopia, how well they've done. And here behind me, what you see, these are wheat production. Not only here, man, all this area, all this region, all the way to that side. And I'll be here with His Excellency right there. He'll be explaining to us, he'll be letting us know, you know, everything about this place. And I hope at the end of the day, we'll be aware of everything that is happening here, and we can take good things to learn and to apply to our nations and to our communities as well. All right, let's go. We gotta walk a little bit.
Okay.
This is like, wow. Wow, like this is such a huge achievement. So the wheat production in Ethiopia is quite interesting, how they got where they are right now. And this was initiative that was kind of like introduced a couple of years back by the government of Ethiopia, led by the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, to basically secure Ethiopia from the food insecurity, and to make sure that Ethiopia is moving from the point of importing wheat from other countries to the point of exporting food to the neighboring countries of Africa. And so they started, and this area, as you can see, it used to be barren. It's the area where the Rift Valley passes by, and it had nothing before. A couple years back, you know, they decided to start to grow wheat in this area using irrigation systems sometimes, and during winter it was just going like that. So right now, as you can see, just in one region of Adama during winter, they grow like 1.5 million hectares. And you know, during other season, they grow like more than 1 million hectares, using irrigation system to make sure that they get enough wheat as they want and they need. And the interesting part is that in only one region of Ethiopia here, Adama, the whole production of wheat can actually feed the entire country of Ethiopia. That's just one region. But this is one region. And I got a chance to ask this out, that, you know, how many hectares in total Ethiopia you guys are growing, you know, wheat? And he said, for me, I'm in charge of my region, and I only know about my region.
For our region, yes, 1.7 million hectares in the winter one, and the 1 million hectare in the irrigation.
Okay. And it's incredible to see how much wheat is right here in this region. You guys, you have seen it, and you're seeing it right now. You have seen couple news, and it's crazy that this is not only for Ethiopia. You know, eventually this production, it will actually feed other countries in Africa. And I was just amazed seeing this production, and inspired, and feel like, you know, I have something to say, you know, to the rest of Africa. Imagine Ethiopia is growing wheat. Other countries maybe who don't have conducive environment to grow wheat, but we can grow another crop in our countries. And imagine if Africa were one, all right? And we have all these different duties and responsibilities. You grow wheat, I grow rice, you grow maize, you grow whatever. And at the end of the day, we export to one another. we exchange one another. We make sure that no one in Africa dies because they don't have food. We make sure that food security is the most important thing to our people, to our races. To make sure that Africa, we stop importing food from the outside and we start giving our people our own food. We start producing and we eat our own food. Sankara said before, whoever feeds you controls you. It's the time for Africa to feed ourselves. And Ethiopia is the good example of how you can feed yourself. The wheat production, it only takes 3 months, 90 days, and some other time it can take lesser than that. And imagine in just 3 months, this amount of wheat has been grown here. Imagine what will happen in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. And this is just the numbers right now, and probably I didn't get the number right, but in the years to come, it says that it will be more than the way it is right now. I don't care what you think, I don't care what you say, but this is something to be applauded. It's something to learn from. Me, as an African, I see the direction of our continent and our people and the government and the people like Ethiopia, the way they're going. You know what I want? I want us to be competing with the rest of the world. Like not just to be in Africa, but to be like in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because that is our competition. Yes. And then eventually we will be exporting to them, selling it to them. So
we are not competing with African people.
Yeah.
Why am I competing with my price?
because we want, we want people.
But the competition is there.
Yeah.
The positive competition. I'm working, and your country also work for development in Africa.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You know, I love the way the shift is coming.
Yeah.
Because before Africa we were so dependent on them, right? But now it seems like it's shifting. They will start depending on us. But what are you talking about? They've always been depending on us. The truth is, development comes from developing countries. And it's the time for Africa not to look outside, but to look inside, to look at what we have, the resources we have, the land, the fertile land we have, the opportunities we have to produce, to grow, and to sustain ourselves and to support the rest of the world. Africa, we are the future. Africa, we are the present. And let's work and use the best of our ability to produce, to manufacture, and to save our people with everything we got. I love that. I love the way you think, man, because God has given us everything, and we just need to use it.
Everything is in our hands.
It's in our hands.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know why people before us, why their eyes are closed.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. Oromo cultures, they are working together. They are eating together. They are supporting each other. When you have some resources, that resources you don't consume by yourself. You have to give for other neighbor peoples. The peoples are not the same. Exactly. Everywhere. Poor peoples are there, and the rich ones are there. So the rich ones are working with the poor, and they give for the poor. So just we have that type of culture. That type of culture. The Gada culture is. Do you know about Gada?
Yes, I learned
Gada
about
culture
it.
taught us working with others, thinking for others. We learn it. Oromo people learn this from the Gada culture. Okay.
You know that's one of the very fascinating thing about Ethiopia, because as I told you earlier, I went to different regions, and one thing that I found that in every place I went. Like I found this place, people are really, collective. They're really supporting one another. I went to another region, I see that everywhere I go, right? And my wish and my prayer is that that's how it will be like for the entire country as well. Because man, like if Ethiopia does like that come together, I'm telling you, it will be untouchable in the world. This is one of the most powerful nations I've ever seen. Ethiopia, since the Battle of Adwa, up to today, even the support. Yesterday I did an episode about Korea, like how Ethiopia supported Korea. This is one of the most powerful countries in Africa, man. And it's my wish. Like, look at this wheat production. this is just in one region, but you have so many other regions that do the same thing, and you have like, oh man, come on, man. Come on, Ethiopia. I love this country. I just love this country, and that's my prayer, son. It is my prayer, because I know Ethiopia, the day Ethiopia is going to unite, I know that this world is not going to be the same again. Because only Ethiopia can feed entire Africa. Like, look at just the dam that you guys created. Yes. That electricity can feed the entire continent. Yeah. Entire continent. Not just Ethiopia, but entire continent. Imagine, and there's so many different projects in Ethiopia that I come here and I'm just shaking. I'm like, wow, these people, this country is doing amazing things. And man, I love it.
Thank you very much. This is your country. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much, sir. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So again, guys, kudos to him. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much for everything you've given me today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless. God bless you.
Amen. Wow. And at the end, I had an opportunity to meet up with the farmer, and we chatted a little bit. And it was pretty incredible. The only problem is that there were too much wind at this place, so you cannot hear the voice clearly, and that's why I had to do recording over. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. Comment in the comment section. Let us know what else do you know about weed production in Africa, in Ethiopia, and I'll highly appreciate you guys.